A friend of mine had a flock of domestic geese she was allowed to keep at a local waterfront park. I would take some old bread with me, and after work I'd spend some time with the birds. The local mallard ducks came in too, and I'd sit at a picnic table to read a book or watch the boats go by on this tributary of the Chesapeake Bay. My friend was always thankful, but warned me to be aware because sometimes people had stuff stolen from their cars there. One spring day, I took snacks down to the geese as usual. The geese laid on the ground around me as I read at the picnic table bench. The geese were interacting with something as if an invisible person was there. It was strange. I wondered if they saw an angel. Everything felt so peaceful. I lost track of time. The sun was going down. I headed for my car. I was the last one in the park. But before I could get in, a young man on a 10-speed bike came racing into the parking lot. Then an old beat-up truck came into view. To my surprise, it parked right behind my car. I was shook up and quickly tried opening the car door, but the guy with the bike threw his bike and that fast was standing uncomfortably close to me. My heart was pounding in my ears. He smelled of alcohol and like he needed a bath. He made an evil smile. I moved quickly off to the side for better access to my car door, and the guy backed off a little. "I didn't tell you you could move," he said with a sick laugh. I told him I have to go, and I pulled the car door open, moving him slightly, and got in fast. That window was up, but I forgot to roll the other one up when I got there. The dude with the truck was already at my other window. He reached in and unlocked the door and proceeded to open the door, but he couldn't. That door that never opened right was a blessing in this moment, but the guy could still reach into the window of my old car. I was starting to panic. The guy on my side was motioning for me to roll the window down, while the one on the passenger side was obviously sizing, reaching, or crawling in the open window. Oh, how I wished I had power windows in that moment. The guy at my window was looking increasingly agitated. I was hoping the park caretaker would be driving down to check the park before locking the gate. Where the heck were they? A sense of dread came over me. I started the engine, and the guys looked at each other, laughing. Maybe I should try to drive through the cable in front of me, but what if the car got hung up? What to do? I was only 21 and wasn't street smart like my friends. The guy was still motioning for me to roll my window down. A voice not mine told me to roll the window down halfway and tell him I had to go to my dad's house or he would come looking for me. But can I get his number and meet him for drinks later? My treat. Weird, but I did. To my surprise, the guy motioned for his friend to get away from my car. He asked if I had a pen. I nodded no. He picked a piece of fast food styrofoam trash off the ground and pulled out a switchblade knife. He carved his name and phone number into it and presented it to me. I smiled and thanked him. The truck moved and I tore out of there like Mario Andretti. I caught the caretaker on my way out and told him he called the police. I feel as though the invisible being the geese were looking at earlier was an angel. An angel that helped me in a moment that seemed bleak. I still continued going to the park. The caretaker told me both men had warrants for their arrest, and they were apprehended. He told me how lucky I was. I told him I learned a valuable lesson that day. I never forgot to have all car windows up, and I never ever went anywhere again where I would be the last one there.